Ikatulo, ang pagatiman sa mga indoor plants mahimong therapeutic. Ikaupat, kini makatabang usab alang sa
Ang German nga si Bombo Patrick. Mga kabombo karon nga mga orasa atong may nabi kining usa ka 23 years old nga Indian national live didto sa Assam, India, mga kabombo. Ato siya may nabi pinagi sa Zoom. Usa ni siya ka filmmaker and at the same time author at the age of 23, mga kabombo. Atong may nabi karon si Mr. Kober Raj Bordoloy. To you, Mr. Kober Raj, good evening here in the Philippines. What time is it there in India, Mr. Kober?
Well, it's 5:27 p.m. right now. It's in the evening.
Yo, all right. How are you, Mr. Kober? How are you doing there in your country in India?
Well, I'm quite safe and healthy, but situation is not quite good in India, as you can see. It's getting worse
Yes.
every day.
Mm-mm.
So
By the way,
it's
Mr.
a
Kober, a lot are asking here in the Philippines, why is it that India suddenly has a surge of COVID-19 cases where in fact last year or in the last months, Mr. Kober, the COVID cases in India was controlled, but now why is it that it suddenly rise up, Mr. Kober?
Well, first of all, we need to be blamed. First of all, as a public, we are not following the guidelines. And recently, there's a huge, occasion, that is Kumbh Mela, that happened. As an example, I can see, and people are not following certain guidelines. For example, some are not wearing masks. Some were not. They just forgot that the pandemic is still going on. And secondly, we have to also blame the political governments, because in this time the elections are going on and they are rallying in everywhere, like in Assam, in different part of the states. Even the fact that there's a pandemic, and this is giving a mixed signals to the people of India. And recently, but at the same time, there's been also some lockdown implementations, like there's some recent curfews going on. But I strongly believe that there's some mixed signals, and I think we are not. We didn't know that the second phase will take such a huge round, and I think we have ignored it. We've been ignorant about this thing. That's the main cause. It's all about ignorance. Yeah.
All right. But right now that the cases of COVID-19 in your country was skyrocketed, what is your government doing right now, Mr. Kober?
Well, they're trying their best. In certain fields, they're giving curfews. Like recently in our state in Assam, they have implemented curfews from 6 p.m. till night, and there have been some oxygen plants. There's some distribution oxygen plants. It's going pretty well, and they're trying their best that only the public which are essential, they're being used by implemented. That's why the public people that who are the health, the doctors can be available, but the ordinary people, the common people cannot stay out of after 6 p.m. So, and this is also things they're doing. And there's some distribution of vaccines as well, like for example the Covishield that we are using, the Covaxin and the Sputnik V. These are the vaccines that we are using in India. So this is quite good, and hopefully it will save us. But pretty much the doses are doing a good work right now. Some are recovering from it. Yeah.
So speaking of vaccination rollout, Mr. Kober, you said earlier that Sputnik V. How about the other brands of vaccines? Is it already there, sir?
Well, right now only 3 vaccines has been approved by the government. That, as I said, Covishield, the Covaxin, and the Sputnik V. But I don't know about the rest of the vaccines that are being used or not. But these are the 3 approved vaccines from our side, yeah. And it's distributed in that way. Like, for example, in certain states, Covishield is being used, and Covaxin was used as a backup thing, like in that way we're being distributed, yeah.
So, Mr. Kober Raj, do you have any Filipino friends, or do you have access to Filipino communities there in your state, in the India? How are they doing, Mr. Kober?
Well, yes, I have few friends, and today we got to know that 2 of them died today.
One of them died?
Yeah, two of them died. Yeah, it is according to ABS TV news. Today they died. Yeah, two of them, and And some friends I have, but we have not access to it. I don't. We cannot contact. Some are doing. I think they are, other situations. But yes, we have some friends. But I hope Indian and Filipino authorities are doing everything from well from their side,
Yes.
and also saying that the Indian, what we say, the Filipinos, they're trying to take the body to remains to the Filipino. But the thing is that the flight between India and the Philippines is connected via the United Arab Emirates.
Mm-hmm.
But the Middle East has suspended that transit of travelers from India.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem. But I think we're cooperating together and we're doing it well. Yeah, from
Yun.
our side.
How about your family, Mr. Kuberaj? How are they doing? Especially you.
Yeah, my father has been vaccinated. My friend now I'm also going through vaccination right now, and till now, from God grace, I have not been tested positive
Mm-hmm.
yet. That's
By God's
a
grace,
good news
yes.
from our side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's because we are maintaining this situation where I'm still wearing mask when I go out. I still maintain social distance, and we don't go out. We only go out when it's required,
Mm-hmm.
certain work required. But I would recommend to the public that it can be done. It can be executed well if we're being a little careful. Some of my friends also got vaccinated. Some from my friends also got positive last year, and they recovered. You know, so I think it can be done well if we maintain certain situation. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
execute it well.
Mm-hmm.
Glad.
So right now, since that the cases of COVID-19 has is high in your state and in your country, Mr. Gober, how is the citizens, how is your neighbors reacting to that kind of situation right now, sir?
Well, the best thing is that when Pakistan gives some great,
Mm-hmm.
giving some well wishes, there's always been some clashes between Pakistan and, even in social media, they have there's some class trolls and all. But this time they are really, really giving good wishes and giving heartfelt messages. And regarding my state, Assam is not facing that problem compared to Maharashtra. Maharashtra is a hotspot of COVID right now, along
Mm.
with Delhi, UP, and all. Assam is currently doing fine, but still cases are growing. I'm not saying that it's not going to that extent, but in India, the hotspot is currently is Maharashtra, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the hotspot right now, and people are facing a lot. Many people are dying, and the worst situation is that earlier in phase one, like in COVID-19, first COVID-19 that happened last year, only they have targeted only old people. Old people has died out of whatever, like whether it's sugar or diabetes, like high pressure. But this time, even small people also dying out because of coronavirus, and it is very sad.
Mm-mm.
It's very sad, and even the funerals, so many people are dying. Even there's no place for getting the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot do the cremated, and a lot of people are being buried, cremated in the backside of their house. It's very sad. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
it's very sad.
But how about in the hospitals? We have received report, Mr. Kuber, that the oxygen supply is getting low. Mr. Kuber.
Yes, yes, we facing a major healthcare crisis right now. It's unbelievable, no? And when India is known for being a hub of pharmaceuticals, and right now we are facing health crisis. And because the thing is that doctors are trying their best from their side, but the things cases are coming when so many people are coming, it's becoming out of control. That is the worst part right now. And we also got to know that a lot of oxygen, stuff are being distributed in black market, in at high prices. That
Mm-hmm.
is something that is very interesting to know about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So, your state, Assam, is well known for tea plantation, right?
Yes, yes,
Uh,
yes.
so,
Absolutely.
how is the farmer maintaining the tea plantation there in your state? Are they doing well, or was it suspended or temporarily halted because of the cases of COVID-19 there in your state, Mr. Kuber?
Yes, it's not only tea plantation. There's a lot of other agricultural products are being cultivated, but the farmers are doing work is going well at daytime, like from morning till 4:30 p.m. After that, after 5 6 p.m. We have the curfew is imposed, and people cannot work after 6 p.m. The ordinary common people, the especially whether it is farmers or the rickshaw wallahs, or the shopkeepers, they got to work after 6 p.m. They can only work during the daytime, evening time. So about the farmers thing, what I got to know about it, they're doing pretty well, but they're also doing certain extra businesses so survive in a situation. In daytime, they're doing cultivation work. After that, and it is also the time of harvesting and all, because we just had Bihu recently, our festival, Ronal Bihu recently.
So, how is your how are the people there doing, especially when it comes to livelihood, Mr. Kuber Raj?
Well, a lot of people are doing extra businesses, some odd businesses. Like recently, I will give you one example. Like I have a friend who has a bookstore, and now he's closed the bookstore. He's doing other kind of businesses.
Yeah, because you're an
someone
author, right?
Yes, I'm an author. Yeah, I'm an author. Yeah. But my work basically works. The author is a different thing. I'm surviving not based on my books and all. It's with different kind of businesses that we're surviving on. So like many people are not just relying on one profession. They are doing different.
So,
sort of
multiple
business.
professions, multiple jobs.
Yeah, multiple source of income. They're trying their best from their side.
All right.
They can rely on right now one source of income.
But the help or the assistance of the government is maintained, Mr. Kuber.
Well, to be frankly speaking, we are kind of disappointed. We kind of disappointed with the government, not because they're not doing it well, because the thing is that they've ignored the second wave. It's sad, and we also and because they're contesting election in the midst of pandemic where thousands of people are rallying. You know, what kind of message they will signal to the rest of the people in India? It's that is sad. That is you don't expect it from your government, right? To do that.
Yes, I think that the COVID cases is high in your country, and they are so busy when it comes to politics, Mr. Kuber.
There is, political game is doing
Election.
Yes, election is going on, and they're contesting election, and they not only the ruling party, even the opposition party also doing the same thing. They're like contesting election, gathering thousands of crowds, and these crowds are also these crowds will support them because they've been paid also, right? They're paid one, they've been paid, so that you don't expect it from a government to do it, because it's giving mixed signals, as I told you earlier, giving mixed signals to the people, and many people are thinking that COVID-19 is just a joke, it is just an agenda of a political government to divert them from all the other problems that are facing in India. So some people think like that, so that's the issue.
All right. So, did your government or is your government what do you call this? Is there any announcements from your government, especially when it comes on how they handle the cases of COVID-19 in your country, Mr. Kuber?
Right now, as I said, right now there's distribution of vaccines. They are convincing people to try the vaccines because some are effective, some are those who are still using it. They said that it's not 100% effective because even they gave the vaccine, they're still getting positive. But majority of times, vaccines are doing well in India, and also, as I said again, lockdowns are implemented. And in Assam, it's being implemented from 6 p.m. As I said, these are all the things that they're doing right now, because currently we also got to know that Russians also extending their help. Even China also extending their help. So we hope there is good cooperation between these 3 countries together, so to fight this COVID-19. And it is high time that we seek help, because at the first wave we have distributed a lot of medicines to the rest of other countries. So we are expecting the same thing from other countries, so that in this hour we need their support, so that we tackle this problem together.
So, can the people around the world, Mr. Kuber Raj, expect that the India can overcome this situation right now?
Well, currently it's very, very tough, but to be honest, we are very optimistic people. We're very optimistic about it, that we will overcome this situation and this pandemic. And what we got to know from other sources, like for example, when I think yesterday, I got to know about Bill Gates told that pandemic should end by end of 2021. Hopefully, he's right about it. And at the same time, last year, Indians feel they're overcoming this pandemic because they feel that their immunity system is strong. Okay, because it's they feel that this is born thing, like because we've been also used to it other problems, whether it's malaria and all those things. So we believe that immunity is strong. But nowadays, those who actually avoiding certain nutritions, they are the victims of this problem. And not only that, even the healthy ones are also facing the same thing. There's also, I think it's very tough to say right now. It's last year we thought that we will it is end now. Now it's very we are very pessimistic about it right now. So we don't know whether we can overcome, but we feel that we can do it. We can do it, and we just have to be patient and do our work, which maintain our regulation. It's all up to the public right now, to be frankly speaking. Government cannot alone do it. It's all on the public. If they have to maintain the guidelines, they have to do it. They have to cooperate with other people, and they should give positive messages. Only then we can overcome this deadly virus. Otherwise, we have no other choices.
Yes. So, Mr. Raj, thank you so much for the time that you have given us here in Bombo Radyo, Philippines, especially here in Cagayan de Oro City. Unless if you have anything more to say, Mr. Raj, especially a message of hope, a message of inspiration to a lot of people listening right now in your words, especially in the situation in India, so that they may learn, Mr. Raj. Please go ahead.
We strongly believe that we can overcome this problem. We have faced a lot of problems before. We've faced a lot of problems now also, and in the future also. But we have to fight together. This is just a phase of time. It's all about time. And we have to be together right now. This is the moment of truth. We have to be united together. We have to fight this one single problem, that is this pandemic right now. So we will do it. We will overcome this. We will see the sunlight next time.
All right, Mr. Raj. Thank you so much for the time in Bombo Radyo, Mr. Raj. Good evening here in the Philippines.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Tak na sa Bombo Radyo mga kabombo kay alas 8:17 na sa gabi mo katotong na hinabi nga si Mr. Raj live and direct dito sa Assam, India mga kabombo. Indian national gid kini siya no nga 23 years old pa kini. Tuting ka 23 years old pero kung tanawon mo siya sa ato ang Facebook live, makaingon ka nga hamtong naman ang Panginoon, although nga hamtong naman ang Panginoon sa 23 years old. Pero kung Pinoy pa to nga 23 years old, ako dapat ang 23 years old og barog mga kabombo kung tanawon niyo sa Facebook live na to karon. But lagi kay insaan naman. Lahi man pud ang ilang mga genetics no, especially sa ato diri sa mga Pinoy. All right. Sa ato pagbalik mga kabombo kay atong mahinabi or ato ang mahinabi na ito mga kabombo, ang presidente sa IBP, Misamis Oriental Chapter, pinagi ni Attorney Katrina Mordeno, as kung unsa ang comment, nga adunay usa ka abogado dito sa Iloilo City mga kabombo, ang naapil sa usa ka big time syndicate or sa usa ka grupo, nga kung asa accordingly pa sa CIDG Region 6, kay ga-create og mga peke nga dokumento, pinagi sa pagbaligya og mga yuta og unsa pa na diha nga mga propriedad mga kabombo. May nalanggani kay na dakpan sa CIDG Region 6. Alright? Ang mga detalye niya sa ito pagbalik, pero sa dili pala mo pasapot sa tagpipila ka pahinumdumtak na kaya alas 8:18 na sa gabi. Standby na.
Ang Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2 o SARS-CoV-2 virus o mas na ila karon nga coronavirus disease o COVID-19 usa ka delikado nga klase sa kagaw nga paspas nga mukatag. Usa sa mga tinubdan sa transmission ni ini mao ang atong mga kamot. Hinungdan nga pahimangno karon sa Department of Health ug uban pang hingtungdang ahensya sa kagamhanan. Batasanon ang pagbutang og alcohol o hand sanitizer sa kamot, ingon man kanunayon ang paghugas gamit ang sabon ug tubig. Simple lang sa paghugas sa kamot, kantahon lamang sunod sa duha kay gayon ang happy birthday. Kinaron nga masigurong mamatay ang kagaw. Aron nga makalikay sa virus, timan iyang panultion nga ang disiplina magsugod sa kaugalingon.
Narito ang isa sa mga Grand Draw winners.
Ako si Kathleen Labrador ng La Paz, Iloilo City. Taos-pusong nagpapasalamat sa Bombo Radyo, Philippines.